Bro, that was one of the most kick-ass songs I've ever heard for elevator music, bro. That was coming. that was the finest elevator music right there, ladies and gentlemen. From no other than Tim. Dun, dun, dun.
I literally am gonna get that soundbite, and like that's gonna be our intro. Like from now on.
That will definitely be our intro. There's no
Like,
if or hands or buts about it. Well, what's going on, Panda?
Not much hidden. What's going on?
Not much, man. Just stoked that we have a special guest on the show today.
Special guest, Tim from Cobra TV. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, Tim?
Hello, everyone of the Hidden Panda community. Here again on Cobra TV while I be drinking. You know well of my hamster theories and of my cat licking the
Yes. So what's up, 3D Destroyer? He says, "What's crackin'-lackin'?"
Welcome back, 3D Destroyer. Good to see you, man. No Man's Sky fanboy says, "Hi all, picking up his PS4 Pro this week."
Nice,
very exciting,
nice. Gaming Lime, what up, dude?
What's up, Gaming Lime? Dude, so NMS fanboy, everybody said that getting a PS4 Pro was like a waste of money and all that kind of stuff. Me and HiddenJewAgenda can both tell you that is absolutely false. The PS4 Pro is definitely worth it, especially if you have a 4K TV. The buttery frame rate, the extra resolution, man, No Man's Sky is like a different game
Oh, completely
on a PS4
different.
Pro on 4K.
Promise you, it's a different experience on PS4. And I told you, Panda, as soon as I started playing it on my Pro and 4K, I was like, wow, there is a huge difference. And Gaming Line says, could I jump on? Absolutely, Gaming Line. You know you can.
I have no 4K TV, nor do I have a PS4 Pro, but I do have VR.
Ah.
No Man's Sky is not a VR game. It is extremely fun to play in VR with the biggest screen setting.
Man, I wish I could play.
I feel like, I swear I feel like the game was designed for VR, and they just know it.
Well, see, I was just talking about...
It would be so good for VR.
And I was talking about this last night on Cobra, is that I really feel that Hello Games will bring us VR support just because they brought us the 4K PS4 enhanced update in Pathfinder. So why would they not give us a VR? Can you imagine watching that trailer and it says finally VR support? And oh, dude, I see it happening, yo.
I never leave my house.
Oh, dude. The only thing right now that's missing with VR on No Man's Sky, because you can technically play it, is like the 3D surrounding. But like Tim said, when you project it on the largest screen setting, it's like you're playing No Man's Sky in a movie theater. It's awesome.
Even beyond that, with the headset on, you can look around, and some of the environment and things around you feels like they're in a VR environment, even though you know they're not. They're just on a big giant theater screen.
Right.
And I can't help but feel that they, as these updates went through, little by little, 4K and such, that they have added stuff into the game for the eventual re-release in VR.
Right.
And I think it would be amazing. I'm just hoping this speculation up, hoping and praying.
Hey, Hidden Gaming Lime says he just needs a party invite.
Okay.
Gaming Lime also, I created the party in our PlayStation 4 community. So if you're not a member, just go ahead and add yourself to Hidden Panda Show PlayStation 4 community. Because whenever we go live, we do a party chat in there, as well as notify anybody in that community that we're going live. So you can just jump in the party chat from there as well if you're already a member of the Hidden Panda Show PS4 community. And anybody watching, please go ahead and join that.
3D Destroyer says he can't hear the third person talking, which is Tim, which he might have to change his settings over.
Oh man, Tim, so you're gonna have to, if you open up your party chat settings, you've got to check mark everything that says share audio.
Thank you, 3D for letting us know that.
Appreciate that. Good call out.
Gaming Line says that he sent you a friend request on PS4. Alright,
Yep,
and then he
I
says,
got it
alright, I'll...
right now.
Yeah, I don't even know why I'm telling you what he said. Like, straight up.
Yeah. Well, no, you go to party settings.
Uh, if you hold your PlayStation button, you'll see, or if you go up to your home screen and go to the party thing, you can look at your settings from there. It'll be like a little headset. Fanboy says, so what do you think other than
If you
co-op
can hear me,
editions
let me know now, my friend.
will the next update bring? Is this
Hopefully that
Tim?
should have worked.
Don't lick my phone, Kitty Tim. Yes, it is, Dave Linger.
Yes, it is.
This is the very same Tim, Dave Linger.
This is the legendary Tim.
Yep,
And
my cat is
please
currently
let
not
us know
licking
if you
my
can't
phone.
hear Tim.
I know. I think they can,
is
because if
that-
Dave Linger said that, then I would imagine.
Good,
Well,
good. Yeah, he's currently pooping instead of licking my phone.
all right.
3D
3D.
Destroyer says, I can hear you, Tim.
Awesome.
Dave says you are awesome, Tim. I'm telling you, bro. You've got fans out there, bro. Gaming
Hey,
on the
I'm-
community is called the Hidden Panda Show on the PlayStation
Yes.
4 community.
Yes, it's got our logo. The Hidden Panda Show, can't miss it. So
No.
because we stream on PS4 and we don't have like OBS and all that kind of stuff, we can't schedule streams in advance. So that's just kind of our way of sharing information with you guys in the subscriber community.
I know
So
what would
No
help.
Man's Sky Fanboy says, so what do you think so what all do you think other than co-op editions will the next update bring? Dynamic water.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm hoping for that myself.
I'm also thinking more textures to planets. I don't think this is what they want right now. I think we're unfortunately having to get this right now, but it's going to be scaled different. I think new textures will be added alongside with maybe waterfalls. I can see them surprising us with like some really good textures, because now the textures have gotten to where it's really good right now compared to what it was on vanilla, correct? So it can only get better. So I'm really thinking that we should see some really improvements on planets and some surprise. So
Well,
I'm
and also
personally
at
hoping for clouds, like more clouds and like interactive storms. Like as a storm moves into your area, you can see it from a distance. The
Yes.
same way as if your freighter shadow comes in over you. I think that would be great.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're introducing Gaming Line. Gaming Line says he's in the party chat. Gaming Line, why don't you say hello to everyone?
I don't see him in our party chat.
yeah,
He said he's in.
Oh, okay.
I don't hear him yet.
Maybe he's silencing the birds.
Might be.
It's only showing 3 on my screen.
Oh, maybe he was talking about the community page. Let me check
3D
that.
says I've been out of the loop for a few weeks. Any word on a date time frame for a new update? Well, 3D, there is never a date for an update with this company.
But they've been teasing it throughout the Waking Titan page.
True that. They have been doing that. But yeah, there's nothing
You know
really
what,
new.
now-
Everybody's just getting their Atlas passes, except for me and apparently Cobra.
I love my Atlas
Hey,
Pass. It's so pretty.
Hidden,
Man.
can you send Gaming Line an invite into the party? Like invite him directly? Maybe that's what's missing here.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna go blue screen for a second. Apologize.
It's you know what his gamer tag is.
I believe. I don't see him online right now.
It's like Jacked Billy or something like that.
Oh, yep. That's right.
I'm thinking
Game
my
line,
cat's
guys.
not licking my phone because I'm not in Skype with Cobra. For some reason, I think he likes the sound of Cobra's voice. He just wants to
Well,
lick
Cobra's
my phone.
voice
Ah, there-
is so deep.
There he is.
Hey,
Hello?
Gaming Line.
Oh.
I had to deal with my budgies over there being loud.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, what's up, Gaming Line?
Not much. I have this whole week off.
Nice. So, have you
So,
got your
I gave
Atlas
it a
Pass yet?
chance. Nope, nothing.
Nothing? Man, me too, dude. Man.
Oh, I have a strange theory to throw out about the individual codes for that.
Let's hear it.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, they're all you have your individual code for Citizen Science Division on the back of the Atlas Pass, and they have confirmed that, of course, it's not a beta key or nothing like that, which I never expected it to be. But something I do think that they might incorporate in later on is we all know character models are coming eventually. They've already told us that much. We know they're coming. I kind of think that we may get the option as Atlas Pass holders to put that code into the game, and it will give us like a special emblem or something for our suit and our ship to show off to whenever you do find other players.
Yes, dude, Panda and I have talked about that. Cool. We've talked about that, like where that might be some kind of like special suit that you can show off, you know, so that whenever people see you,
there, you know?
Right, exactly. So, yeah, I totally believe that theory. Like, I'm really on board.
So, I hope for it. I do. It seems legit. It wouldn't be hard to do.
Davelinger's talking about a better animal AI. Yes, more animal noises because they all make that same kind of squeaky noise. 3D Destroyer, yes. So Waking Titan is officially active. People are receiving Atlas passes. The ARG is afoot, and I agree with Meatwad. I hope they do not drag this ARG out. It's been February will be 6 months since we've gotten another update. So you know they've had a lot of time to work on this, and I'm itching to get it.
If you remember, the last Old Gods email regarding the Atlas passes, they would send out an email once all the Atlas passes were shipped. No one's gotten this email yet.
Right.
It didn't say it would send you one saying you were going to get it or not, but it would send an email saying once all of them were shipped. The email hasn't went out yet. Waking Titan has come back alive, teasing 1.5. So I believe something's about to happen. I think out of the blue one day we're going to all get an email that says Atlas passes are shipped, and it'll probably apologize if you didn't get one and congratulate you if you did. And then something will happen, something that we won't expect, and God knows what that could be.
So I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering, what are the extra supplies from Lab 319?
Ah, good question.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think anyone knows yet.
Could those be for the people who like were a part of Waking Titan but they didn't get an Atlas pass? Like, will they get the same, maybe, if it is true, like the same character model additions or something different?
Right. Well, see, my theory, Gaming Line, is so like you know how the Atlas passes are going to be part of the ARG, I think, obviously in some way, but also it's just memorabilia for people that participated in Waking Titan and submitted their mailing address and emails and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, you know, not everybody that participated is going to get one, but I think that the leftover materials that they're talking about from Lab 319 might just be additional materials that they might send out to people that were like left over from the ARG that they no longer need as sort of just like keepsakes.
Well, you know, all of the
that's what I
don't
take
think
from it
all
anyway.
the tapes have even been sent out yet, have they? I still
all the tapes have not been sent out. There's like 7 left or something.
Who knows, you know, what's going to happen with there? Some random folks that, I mean, you know, Hello Games is watching every community. They're watching us, they're watching Cobra, they're watching the Facebook groups, they're watching Discord, and they're being very secretive about it. And now they have everybody's addresses. They don't even have to reach out and ask us for our address. If we got an Atlas pass and we registered for them, then they know how to send us something. And they're waiting to see who's confirming that they got an Atlas pass and who hasn't. And who knows, somebody someday, somewhere, may just get a random package through the mail that looks like an envelope, like top secrets, like the live drop that happened here recently, and it may have some strange file in it that says something Pentagon related with portals and the AIs, yada yada yada. I mean, there's a lot that could come out of this still.
I'd like to welcome
personally
Grammy.
hope for the purple umbrella.
Sorry. Just gonna say Grammy has joined, and I wanted to say hello. Hello, Grammy.
Welcome, Grammy. Love you to death, girl. I streamed with her a while back too. We did a Fortnite stream, and that was very fun.
That's awesome. I don't think that there is a single person in the No Man's Sky community that doesn't know or like Grammy. I mean,
know.
Grammy is a legend on her own right.
Yep.
And she's a beast.
The fact that she,
my God.
oh, dude.
And she will hold a chat down, dude. Straight up.
Yes, she will.
She's a great moderator, yeah. Tim, I'm going to ask you a question because Dave Langer, he posted in the chat and he said, best case is we get the 1.4 update before the ARG really kicks off, and then 1.5 when it's over. It sounds like from that memo, the ARG is going to go on for the whole year. What are your thoughts on that? Because I know that's sort of a popular theory right now, is that we're still going to get 1.4, and then 1.4 is going to give us features and things that we need for 1.5 as we go through the ARG. What are your thoughts?
Well, my theory on that, and it's a hopeful theory, and it's possible. Do you remember when all of this first started with the ARG? They were sending us the coordinates. Emily was sending coordinates out to people saying, hey, this might be in your game. People traveled to those coordinates and found the message box, you know, and that's how it all got started. Maybe we'll get the confirmation email. Everybody got their, all Atlas passes were sent out. Then 1.4 will drop without anybody realizing it. We'll just turn on our PlayStation, PCs, whatnot. It'll say 1.4. We won't notice any change in the game, but there's things hidden in the game. Then the ARG starts up, and not only because a lot of people complained about the ARG saying that they didn't have the right technology, or their computer didn't work right, or their phones didn't work right in order to do some of the tasks. So they'll email people the tasks, and maybe it'll be something actually in the game this time, along with live drops, so more people can participate. And then once that part of the ARG is over, 1.5 will drop and change the game again. Who knows what they could add? Somebody may go to a planet and find some strange ruin that doesn't exist, and they found it through a code that they deciphered through Waking Titan email.
Fuck yeah.
K5 has joined the chat. What's up, K5?
We have the venerable cult in the chat. What's going on? So Meatwad says, I hope that they improve space battles. Dude, I agree. First things first, when we get co-op and we can see each other's ships and all that, the first thing I want to fight with my friends, and I want to blow up freighters and shoot down pirates. And that experience is going to add so many dimensions to the game. But one thing that they did in this last update that I didn't like was they added new ship mechanics, but if you notice, your enemy can outmaneuver you no matter what ship you have, so they need to add better maneuverability for our ships, and that would be a good improvement towards the current system.
I want to be able to actually pilot your freighter, and maybe even add in the ability to dock to a space station with it, or to dock to like a trade center on a planet.
Yeah, I want more like buildings to where maybe you go to somewhere to like customize your ship. Like there's a certain vendor out there that like will, you know, if you go to it, you can customize your ship, put more parts on it, instead of just going to your touchpad and putting parts on. Like I want to go buy the parts from a vendor.
Yeah, that, and when you upgrade like things like your warp drive and stuff, that it actually changes the look of the engine on your ship.
Right.
So you can actually like see the hard points that you do.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
So Gaming Lime, so No Man's Sky Fanboy says, I'm feeling we will get a 1.4 update first, then the 1.5 will play out until the summer with the ARG. So obviously we kind of touched on that a little bit. What do you think, Gaming Lime, about how 1.5 is going to roll out?
So I'm not really sure about 1.4 because I don't know what they could add in that update. I think they might just be skipping the 1.5 and putting in maybe it will be like a year long. I can see that happening because they are saying like get prepared, get ready, all this stuff, get sleep. So they're obviously preparing us for something big and long. Like,
oh yes.
Not to be taken out of context, but like
big and long.
Oh baby,
like, something big is coming, like for the ARG.
No, that's for sure.
That sounds just as bad.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well,
I hope they because a while back a big game that came out, a VR game, and Cobra made it famous, was Megaton Rainfall. And the way that their universe and stuff is set up, I kind of hope that Hello Games took like heat from some of that just to see what they could be capable of as far as like rings on planets and clouds and stuff go. Because the clouds in that game are beautiful when you're flying through them. And like the rings of planets, when you go to fly through the rings, you're literally in like a strange asteroid belt that you're actually witnessing, you know? I think weird little things like that would be good, like in No Man's Sky, just to add to it. And I really, truly believe, even if they don't want the planets to orbit the stars because of how long it would take you to get to them, they should at least model the star to where if you wanted to, you could fly straight into that son of a bitch and die.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
And so
it kind of bummed me out when
alternate dimensions.
Right.
I just had a thought. You know those Sentinel things
Yes.
in the game? Yeah, I'm wondering. They don't do much now, but I'm wondering if the codes that you have on your Atlas 4 pass, if they do release it up 1.4, will do something with those Sentinel things, like maybe open up some sort of portal, because you can fly through them. So I wonder if it will lead you to like some clue towards the ARG.
I think I'm kind of curious about the Sentinels and stuff as far as the origin completely of where they come from. I mean, they gave us hints and stuff throughout the ARG and the lore in the game.
Right.
And I'm wondering if, like, maybe that is because we're starting to speculate now that Emily is the AI that created the universe of No Man's Sky, and us being the players, we're the ones like going out and discovering planets. As we discover them, as we upload them, we're creating that universe that doesn't exist, almost like the Schrodinger's cat paradox thing, you know?
Right.
And I'm kind of thinking that maybe the Sentinels was something she created specifically to uphold law in this universe that is unexplored for the most part.
So, from a programming perspective, I guess you could say we're kind of like the data, and the Sentinels are there to make sure that they're kind of like the bug smashers of the universe, making sure that we don't bug out and start destroying the universe and the things in it.
Kinda, yeah.
Because,
I just
like,
wish that
if
they
you
would
take-
add more though. Like instead of just having Sentinels all the time, they need to have some kind of like NPC, I guess. I know I don't know. Like there needs to be some kind of enemy that like comes out of a ship that like shoots at me and like can duck for cover, and I have to go either hunt it down or, you know what I mean? Like just combat period with like more stuff.
Do you remember one of the No Man's Sky trailers where the player's sort of like walking on this planet, and then the Sentinel quadrupeds are like running by like in a group, and then
like a horde,
in the portal trailer,
Yeah.
when you go through the portal and there's the Sentinel walkers laying down and it detects you and stands up. I want to see that. I want like an
Me too. I want them to be
increased
wild
sense
in
of
the
danger.
environment. Like I don't want them to just warp in once you get in trouble. I want them to already be there. Like they're the police and they're there to intimidate you. You go over a hill, you see a walker walking in the distance, you know.
Right, you
and
may
it
question
watches
getting
you.
some materials.
Oh yeah. Next planet.
Boondock Gaming,
Maybe.
what up, dude? Boondock's joined.
Maybe make the Sentinel your pet.
Dude, okay, so Boondock was doing a stream yesterday on Twitch, and one of the things that he brought up, which I think is really cool, tell me if you guys agree or disagree, but he was talking about companions. So like the different animals in the game, like what if like you could like ride a Diplo or something, you know? I think that would be cool, like just higher levels of interactivity between yourself and the environment and like creatures in the environment. It'd be pretty awesome.
What if you could collect
Create like a
pets
zoo
and like
at your
bring
home
them?
base.
Right, that's what I'm about to say. I'm about to say the same thing. Like, what if you could collect certain species or just species in general and bring them back to your base? Like, find a planet that has zero life on it, and then just bring the life to it from different different stars.
I think we spoke about that on one of the first live streams on this channel.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we did.
I
Like
have the
we were-
habit of always building my base inside of a freighter though, instead of planet side. I just love my freighter.
Yeah, I need a new one.
Alright.
I've had mine since Foundations.
The thing about freighters is I need them to do more. So like
I do too, yes.
People are spending a tremendous amount of in-game units on these freighters, and really all they are is just like an extension of your farm, like your base, and that's really it. And like a garage for your starships. Like I'd like to, like it happens very rarely, but there's been times where like my freighter has gotten attacked by pirates. I want more of that. Like I want to have to swoop in and defend my freighter. I want I want to be able to upgrade turrets on my freighter, pilot my freighter.
Yes.
The freighter is an underused asset in the game, and like there's so many things that they can do with it, you know.
Right, and with this update taking a while, they might be focusing on a lot of aspects of the game that haven't been touched on. Like that's why they're taking this extra time to make it, you know, to touch on the freighter, to touch on the bases. So
well, there's something that was in the game that they took out involving the freighters, and it was right after the ability came to purchase a freighter and fly into a freighter. And I was inside of a freighter. It wasn't mine. And I was just kind of, you know, the little bridge that's up there. It can take you to either your base part or the, whatever it's called, the cockpit, the giant cockpit area. And all of a sudden, like, a red light started flashing and an alarm was going off inside the freighter. It was being attacked by pirates while I was inside of it. And it was the coolest thing because, like, when that red light was flashing, like, the whole freighter was, it would start shaking and stuff while I was in it, and it had this alarm. I ran down, got in my ship, and flew outside, but it wouldn't let me fly back into the freighter while it was being under attack. But once we killed everything, the alarm went off, and I was able to land again. But that's never happened to me one time since. I've even ran from pirates right before I get the little bar runs out.
Right.
Land in my freighter and it goes away. That never happens anymore. And that happened to me one time being on the inside of a freighter when it got attacked. And it was crazy because it was shaking, the alarm was going off, my screen was flashing red to normal constantly. It was beautiful. Stuff like that, little things. Be in your freighter back hanging out, you know, or you might have a farm built back there with a bedroom. You're taking stuff out with your farm, then all of a sudden, alarm starts going off, red alarm. You got to get outside and defend your freighter.
Yeah,
and see, that would be really
cool.
And it would be really cool, and especially if they had a separate mode for multiplayer to where you could rain havoc on some other player. Like, say some other player's inside their freighter, and that other player comes in that star system, sees that your gamer tag's above a freighter, and start firing at it, and then all of a sudden you're under attack and go out there and realize it's another person out there attacking you. Like, that might not be for everybody, but there needs to be a special mode to where it separates the people who want just a single player co-op and the people who want multi. Like, there's a way to make both of these parties
It should
happy.
be an option.
Right.
It should be an option. PvP should be a choice because people who, if you've been playing No Man's Sky since release, then you're probably not a person that really wants a lot of PvP. PvP is going to come for people that don't play hardly ever or that left the game that are waiting for multiplayer. You know what I'm saying? Sort of like your part-timers or whatever. But people who've been playing this game like fairly full-time, like PvP is not really a major concern, but it is an element that I think should be incorporated as far as like bringing other players into the fold. Grammy says that huge portals and the big portals that look like you can fly your ship through them,
right,
and the small portals might be upgraded in 1.4.
Right.
Grammy, I agree. I think that we're going to be able to take our ship through those larger portals that you can interact with on exotic planets. Remus is in the chat. He says they are launching a planet update later this year, not trying to hate on No Man's Sky. So he's talking about Elite Dangerous. We actually play Elite Dangerous, Remus, so I was just kind of joking around with you. Me and Hidden actually played together last night in multi-crew, so we like both games, but for totally different reasons. They're both really good for what they do. So,
yeah.
Just kind of wanted to clarify that. I don't want Remus to think I was like slamming Elite or anything.
Oh, no, absolutely not. No, that is another great space game.
It's very elite and it's very dangerous. I tried it once and it is a very hard game. It's very complex.
Oh, yeah, no, it can be.
And it is very dangerous.
Dave Langer says they need to let our friends fly into our freighter, and also when they do co-op, when they do co-op, it is to be able to pick up co-op missions with your friends and freighters. No, I agree 100%. Sort of like how Destiny, I mean, it's a totally different kind of game, but Destiny has like a fire team. So like you invite your friends and you can play through missions co-op so that you don't have to do like sort of like PvP death matches. Like I want that. Like I want to be able to get in a session with 16 friends and we do co-op missions together. We you know, like sort of like Elite Dangerous where you can do like these carrier missions and stuff like that, or
add something that you can build
and
that you can build to your home base that's like a warp room. And when you go in the warp room, it shows which of your friends is online playing No Man's Sky, and you can invite them. And if they decide to join you, they can go to their warp room at their home base and warp to you, and then you're together, all together.
Yep.
Something like that, something buildable that puts them right there with you, you know?
Oh.
Or space stations even, in the space station.
No, that's going to be a thing. I think co-op and player mission or co-op missions are going to be a thing once this update releases. I really do. I really think that's going to be a huge part of it. I'm not going to be surprised when I see it. I'm just going to be extremely happy.
I'm praying for VR support more than anything.
Yeah, I don't have VR,
the game
so
in vanilla with VR support, you know.
Wow. Oh no, I completely agree.
Somebody in the chat earlier said something about what do you call it? Hold on, let me find it real quick. It was interesting. It was No Man's Sky fanboy. He said, "I would love to have a pet farm, like being able to discover creatures and then mix the DNA to create your own species. That would be awesome."
Yes, and that's
or being
almost
able to build like a pen to keep like if you discover a really cool animal, you should be able to like. I mean, I don't want to like refer to Pokemon, but you should be able to like capture it somehow, and then like put it on your base in a pen. You know, and have like your own zoo. That'd be pretty cool.
I'd like to make a giant like Dippo with a T-Rex head. Make it a carnivore. Like that's something else I want to see. I want to see more of the massive species being carnivores. You don't see that often. Usually the really big ones you come across are usually like pretty calm and timid. I want to see something that's really massive come running over the hill trying to eat me. And I still want sandworms.
If you think about it, like in terms of like humans though, like back when dinosaurs were around, most of your major big-sized dinosaurs were herbivores. So it would kind of make sense that they wouldn't really be predators. But, you know, that's just me being a nerd. But
well, I can understand that too, but I mean, there have been times I've landed on planets with giant, massive T-Rex-looking creatures with really big, sharp teeth, and they do nothing.
Right.
But then there's other times, like, you'll find creatures that are like that are big T-Rex style creatures, and they will eat the hell out of it. But I want more out of that too. I don't want them to run up to you and just throw their head at you, lashing. And I want more sounds out of the animals. Like I want actual roars and stuff instead of like. Like they all sound like they're constipated or something.
Right.
What really pisses me off is the big animals with the tiny heads.
Oh yeah.
I love them though. They're so awesome.
or like the giant like fucking cows with like the tiny wings and they're like somehow flying.
I just came across one of those.
Yeah, they look like the freaking Wardo from episode 1.
I want like gravity to affect things too. Like,
yeah, because you know, in Elite Dangerous, it is there's planets in Elite Dangerous that whenever you go to land, if you're not careful, like the gravity will slam you down on the ground without you really realizing. It's happened to me before. It like pushed me down.
Yeah, like I want things like that, and like mountains that like there are some really big mountains in No Man's Sky, but where there's no real clouds and stuff. I want clouds where some mountains will go above the cloud limit. And maybe even snow-top peaks, you know, as you're climbing a mountain, make it feel like you're climbing a mountain instead of just walking up a massive hill.
Right.
Well, I think one step on how they can pull that off is like having, and I know it would be complicated, so I don't want to make it sound like it's easy because I'm definitely not a programmer, but multiple biomes on a single planet. Like, I would like to be on a planet where there are portions that are desert or tropical or sort of like our own. I don't want to come across them in every system, but like every now and again, like just rarely dotted throughout the No Man's Sky galaxy are these little gems of a planet with multiple biomes that, you know, I don't know.
I know how they can do that simply, and it shouldn't be much encoding for them. You know the water-covered planets?
Yeah.
Okay, you know how on certain planets you'll find little patches of just sand desert, right? And some of them are big, but most of them are small. The little sand patches?
Right, yeah.
Take the water planets and take away the water totally, because you can tell the water is technically a surface when you look at it the way it's designed.
Right.
Take away the water planets and make desert planets to where all the water would be is actually desert. And then you have these like little islands or big islands of trees and grass and such. And if you wanted to, you could walk across these deserts, you know, for God knows how long.
Yep.
I think that would be.
So you're talking about removing whole sections of like water to create like a desert sort of landscape. I get what you're saying. That'd be awesome.
Like instead of water, it's that desert, like the little patches of desert, except massive. Because there's times you can travel over water and go for miles and miles and miles and see nothing but water, and then finally come across a chunk of land.
Yeah.
Replace the water with the sand, you know? It couldn't be that complicated. We saw flat planets before.
3D Destroyer had a really good comment, at least I think. He said, what if you could dock your freighter with the space station?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of earlier. I thought that would have been neat.
Yeah, because space stations they don't do shit at all. Like they're just good for like, basically, it's like a car show floor where you can buy like nip
That's a great way to look at it. Wow.
Yeah,
that's
it's just like
hell.
that's all it does. Like this giant object, and it doesn't do a fucking thing. You know, it's like they got to add more features. Yeah, like let's dock our freighter to it and stuff like that. I love that suggestion.
I don't mean to make that big a comparison between No Man's Sky and Star Citizen, but you know how like the cities are like bustling with people and all that walking around? I'm thinking that they could maybe make the space stations like that, like Korvax, Gek, and Viking just walk around in this little sections like stores where you can buy stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping for.
They could make cities that way, I think, just by adding all the different building models together in one small area.
Based off of the No Man's Sky lore, this is a post-war era, so obviously they would have smaller cities and space stations. That's how they usually do in sci-fi.
I think some of those planets you find that have the giant square rocks that you can drill holes into and they're hollow on the inside, I think maybe some of those were like full city planets that were destroyed, and those are like the remnants of the buildings 10,000 years later, like fossilized up and stuff.
That would be cool. I think Dave Langer mentioned way earlier in the comment thread that they hired a specialist that specializes in procedural cities at Hello Games, and that he thinks that like in some future update, not necessarily this update, but in some future update that he anticipates there being some sort of cities, whether it's like sort of like what Gaming Lime said in a space station, which I think would be a really good idea, that the inside of a space station be sort of like a city, or maybe like procedural townships on planets and stuff would be pretty cool.
If you remember in one of the pre-release interviews with Sean Murray, he mentioned that the reason he didn't put cities in the game originally was because when he thought of cities in space games like that, he thought of like Star Wars, the planet Coruscant, entire planet that was a city. So what if, like, that's how they take the Hello Games approach for a galactic hub? They have a galactic hub that you can warp to via space station, and that hub is one planet that is a giant city where everybody can meet together.
And if I can touch on that, this is what I think.
Dope.
Instead of them making the city, why not give us the options to make the city? Give the player the options. Like imagine 16 people getting together like in Minecraft and building something, like taking their time to build their hub. And like if they had the options to make larger buildings and more buildings on a planet and let you be the one to make the city, I think that makes more sense than to let them give us a procedurally generated city. In my opinion. I think we lost Panda. I think his internet is doing something funky, so he'll probably join back. But like I really think that that would be a better idea, as to let us build the cities. Like, let us build all that. I don't know.
I think so too.
He said. So K5 says because the city would be destroyed after every major update, homie. Yeah, but they could eventually stop doing that though, K5, to where that doesn't happen. I see what you're saying, but I also think that, you know, once they got to that point, there would be no need to reset the galaxy to fuck everything up.
I think they what Hello Games should do is after every update give us at least a warning of whether the next update will reset the universe or not, so that like we don't do like huge projects and then have it get ruined by a reset.
Right, but K5 is saying then no improvements to planets. Well, this is long. Well, right, that true, but K5, imagine actually having the trailer look on planets everywhere. You wouldn't need an update on planets anymore. Yes, they could update other stuff, but like they could get to a certain point to where the visual game and planets itself are done, to where they wouldn't have to do that. But you're right, it probably is a long way off. Dave says what they should do before letting you build cities is let us have more than one player base on a planet. Yeah.
Oh, wait. I just got mail. Maybe it's an Atlas pass.
Oh, that'd be awesome. There's Panda. Panda, you there? Tim, are you still there?
I am.
Okay. Gaming Lime, yeah?
Okay, yeah, it was nothing. It was just flyers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, man. But see, I changed addresses, like we moved in the process of getting this Atlas pass, so I think it's either gone somewhere else or it potentially got thrown away. I hope it didn't. I don't know.
I got mine and I'm loving mine.
Hell yeah. What number is yours? Like out of 10,000?
Let me check here. I am 5,025.
Wow.
17/5025.
Wow.
Guys, I'm going to actually have to head off of the show kind of early today because I'm being called into work at GameStop over a person being sick.
Oh.
It's 2 o'clock.
That's always fun. But yeah, Tim,
yes.
Not a problem, man. Do your thing. We will like to have you on again.
I'll be more than happy to show up, guys. I'm going to have to go ahead and jump off of here now just to go and make sure my ride is around and I can at least get to work.
Yeah, dude, not a problem. Thank you for joining on, and we'll talk to you again soon, man.
All right, man.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it happened out of the blue. But
it's all good, bro.
To everyone here at the Panda community, I'll be back.
Dave says Tim rocks.
I love you, David. See you, folks.
See you, man.
See you, Tim. Thanks for joining.
Okay, see you. So I'm not sure if any of you have seen it, but a week ago there's this one like No Man's Sky review, and he was saying about how the giant freighter battles that happen sometimes, how they should be incorporated into the story somehow, like just to give some major event to a story, like to get you into space battles. They should have some event in the story mode.
Ooh. Now, I also could you guys see them adding 30 more hours of story in this update?
Yeah. Yeah, as long as they got people that keep writing for it. Yeah, they can have as much story as they want with an update.
They haven't exactly give us too much about what's going on in their company, like how that's going, other than that they've got a new place, I think they said before.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Or like a second place.
Well, and kind of going back to what you said about
You're cutting out real bad, Panda.
Greater battles being procedural. Like, here, part of the storyline. Like, I like warping into a new system, and there's like a battle happening.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You were kind of cutting out there. I think you were a little far from your PlayStation. The Burning Fire is joined. What up? He says, I think there will be a combat defense mechanism as it's so because database section there is an unfinished tower for base building. Huh. K5 says you guys won't like that review by Shammy. Why is that, K5? Oh, I know who you're talking about now, K5 or Dave.
Yeah, it's that one review that has like the avatar of an owl.
Right.
Yeah. I was just taking that part because that part I could see as a good thing to add. Like just adding fatal battles in this story somehow.
Right. Man, I thought I had to deliver this package to the stinking spaceship or space shuttle, and it's not. I'm sorry, the space station. It's totally not. It's on a planet. Dave says, I stopped watching that review 10 minutes into it. Yeah, I've seen some reviews where people start bashing on it, and I'll just be like, man, people are freaking crazy. I think it all comes down to people just want to hate, and people are still out there that just still want the game to be crap and are pissed off that it's not, and are just still hating.
Well, they don't have anything to say now.
I know they really don't, but I'm just saying that there's people like people at my work, man. Like people was talking PlayStation. I was like, yo, has anyone played No Man's Sky? And like 4 people like damn near stoned me to death, dude. They were like, fuck that game, it's stupid. I'm serious. I got attacked. I was like, wow.
They're just mad that the game is dope, and like there's tens of thousands of people, like minimum, that play it, and they're all having fun. Like there are entire communities, dude, like Amino and Galactic Hub and like all that kind of stuff. Like whole communities built around the game. They're just mad people like it. I hate people like that.
I completely agree.
I think it's just bandwagoning at this point.
Oh yeah, and you know a bandwagoner when you meet one. So
yeah, like, one of my friends doesn't like it, but then I ask him like, okay, what's wrong with the game right now? They've added multiplayer, they've added a bunch of things that they passed in the original, and he can never really come back with anything that's bad.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, one person at my work had only put 2 hours into the game and gave up on it. But this is back in the vanilla version, which that I can maybe understand, but
yeah,
still, like that's crazy. You can't judge something after playing 2 hours and then have no idea about any of the other updates. Because I asked him, I was like, "Do you know about any of the other updates?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Wow." So it's like,
let me get caught up on the chat real quick.
Okay.
So Boondock made a comment about 300-pound cow with 12-inch butterfly wings.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's exactly my thoughts. Like, exactly. No Man's Sky fanboy says, just give us lava planets. I'd be happy.
Oh.
I know that's something that you talk a lot about, Hidden, is like lava, flowing lava, ooze, like just different like things that you don't see on Earth that are like really alien.
Yes.
Some like weird moving viscous liquid would be really, really cool. Dave Langer says they need to add deeper oceans and like Subnautica ocean and fish to it.
Oh, did any of you see that one post on the Amino about like how Subnautica gives where the people the exploration that they want in No Man's Sky?
No.
Yeah, I liked the post because I agree. It's a great exploration game. It's just like I'm more of a sci-fi person. So like I want space travel, but like Subnautica's a cool ass game. I'm not gonna, I'm not hating on it. Also, I think I've talked about this already, but like at the GDC convention, Ines McKenna said that. Well, I talked about it on Cobra last night. She said she works at Hello Games, and she said that when they were developing No Man's Sky, like they just didn't really have the resources to make like dynamic water.
Right.
And that the water in No Man's Sky is just sort of like a texture. And she said that one of the things that they want to bring to the game in a future update and what they're working on, besides like land formations, is like dynamic water. She said that specifically. So like I know that like dynamic water is something they're looking to bring to No Man's Sky, like actively trying to bring.
Now, did you say earlier, Gaming Line, that you think that this update will take a year to come out?
Or like the Waking Time might, like I could somewhat see it happening, but we still have to, but it's still like, not really, trying to think of how to word it. Like it might happen, but there's also a small chance of it happening just because we don't have too much information on the ARG at this point. Like, of what we could say about the length of it or anything like that.
Right.
Well, I think with the success of Waking Titan...
Yeah.
Go ahead, Hidden.
I was just saying, like I hope it doesn't take that long. Like, I hope this ARG doesn't last
like,
till August.
Maybe, I'm thinking, if they do have 1.4, they're gonna do a short ARG until, like, maybe February, early April. And then they're gonna go into the next part of the ARG, go into August, which is when they're gonna release 1.5, which is gonna be another anniversary update.
Now that I can see. That sounds more realistic than waiting all the way till August to the anniversary date to release 1.5 with nothing.
Well,
and,
I think that the ARG is like how Hello Games communicates with the community now.
Right.
And it's been successful. So I think that as long as there's always a positive response to the ARG, they're going to keep doing it. Like Bicycle Walrus, like in one of his videos, he said that he likes the ARG more than he likes No Man's Sky. Now, I don't know, me personally, I like No Man's Sky more, but the ARG is a fun break from the game before an update. It's a cool way to unveil an update and sort of reach out to the community and sort of play with your fans. And so I think that they're going to keep doing the ARG as long as they can afford to.
Dave Langer in the comments is asking you, Panda, if you have the memo in front of you, because he says if you read it, you'll see why he worries about it lasting a year.
Yeah, I actually have it. Let me grab it real quick. Oh, by the way, guys, while I'm looking for that, we're at 498 subscribers for the channel, and we're just 2 away from 500. So if you've been watching the channel for a while and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If we hit 500, I will booty clap with baby oil running down my ass crack.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, if you don't sub off of that, I don't know what would. You know what I mean? I don't know how to get people sub. That's funny as hell.
Come on, where is this? I know I have it. Where's that damn PDF? Well, you guys go ahead and keep talking while I'm trying to find that. But I'm gonna find it. I know I have it. Matter of fact, I posted it in the community page.
So ALBL in the comments is saying, what if they give you like more customability with the bases? Like he says, resources are pretty much limited, so he wants more of that. Like he wants a larger limit to the base building. And he says you can't build complex structures in space. I would love to build my own custom space station.
Yes, AI.
That
That's
would be really
dude. That
cool.
would now see that would be cool, Panda. Take your idea when you get to the star, There's nothing there. There's no space station. You find out where you want to place your space station that's more convenient for you, and the look of it. I think that's a really great idea. I think it's a really cool thing.
My idea was when you get to an undiscovered system, you have to make planetfall build a beacon, and then over time that stuff appears.
Right,
so
but
you can tie that idea in with this idea, and you could be the one to build the space station
when
that
you
attracts
want,
the other
how you
beings
want
to that system.
And what if that space
right.
station, and you could build the space station big enough for a freighter to dock in there?
All right, so I'm in my community page here, and so I found the PDF that I think Dave was referring to, the internal memo, and it says, it is my honor to congratulate everyone on your tremendous work last year. The outcome of Loop 16 has massive implications, which many of us are still in the process of reconciling with our worldviews. As always, don't hesitate to reach out to your personnel coordinator if you're in need of, some of it's like blacked out, but it looks like support. We are also in the process of organizing something groups for this purpose, which I would imagine those groups being like the different Atlas identifiers, like L16, A16, stuff like that.
Right.
It says in the coming, this is what Dave is talking about. In the coming year, we have many exciting and challenging projects ahead of us. The most obvious and critical is the next phase of Waking Titan. The Citizen Scientist Division is beginning to receive their Atlas passes. Make sure all of you get plenty of sleep while you still can. Once the next phase starts, we'll need you at your best. Yeah, so, in the coming year. So I can definitely see how that's a hint to a big energy.
I think there's two ways to look at that. Either it's going to last a year, or they're saying that came out in 2017, right?
Yes.
So I think they mean like either it's going to last the whole year of 2018, or they're just saying in the coming year of 2018,
which is the
start, there's going to be a few events.
Right.
Not that it's going to last the whole year.
Those sneaky sons of bitches. You know what I mean? Because like it's just you don't know. You don't know. I mean, if we have to wait a year, that's gonna be crazy. But I guarantee you, it will be well worth it. Like it'll be a whole different experience playing it. I mean, I think it's going
maybe
to
at
anyway.
The end of it, they'll hand out medals or something to everyone involved in the ARG.
That would be cool. Well, if you look at where the game is now compared to where it started, we're playing a very vastly different game.
Oh, very much.
AIBI was in the chat. He said, or they said, resources pretty much unlimited, but there is a problem with getting gas. When you need 25k each or more, you are limited with 3 harvesters per planet. They keep disappearing on some planets for me. It's a pain in the ass, but there's only one goal left. When you have everything on max, everything and maxed out units, there's nothing to do. There's nothing more to do. You can't have more bases, you can't do freighter battles, you can't buy space station, you can't build your own ships, you can't raise creatures, and he said you can't build complex structures in space. So, and you kind of was reading a part of that gaming line, but I wanted to read the whole thing. So basically what they're saying is that like once you kind of get everything in the game, there's really no other goal or objective besides that. And my thought on that is that like there never really was supposed to be. The game is an exploration game. That's why the lore was always like you would just come across it just in the natural environment as you explore and discover things. I don't think that the game was like meant to be this game that had a lot of functions and features. It was just meant to sort of be like a lonely exploration experience, which is what a lot of people like about it. But the game is starting to evolve because the player community is evolving and wanting more features, and Hello Games seems to be working very hard to bring that to the table. So I think the game is making a big departure from its original intention, and they're working very hard to do that. And you know, it's going to be exciting to see what comes because the game's totally different now from when I started.
Actually, I think a lot of this were the original intentions, like getting everything like this, because they did say right before that they dropped that they want to get base building, add a better story, multiplayer, and all that. But there are some things that they got feedback from the community that they've added it to. So
you're right.
It's kind of half and half.
So Sean Murray made 3 promises about No Man's Sky before the game came out, and there's a video interview which I can't find. So I took an excerpt from an article that wrote about it and put it in a video, but it's an actual transcript from what he said. But I've seen the video too, and he literally says this. But he said that the 3 things he wanted to bring to No Man's Sky in the coming year from release was base building, freighters, base building, a multiplayer, and exocraft vehicles. And we have all 3 of those things. So he's hitting his own milestone targets, like he's hitting his own, like what he wants to see out of the game. But he's also addressing a lot of the concerns with the player community and fixing like those problems as well.
Yeah.
Like, I would hate to imagine how much work Sean Murray and the rest of Hello Games is putting behind this game to make the fans happy, or people that were unhappy at release, trying to get them to come back. And they're not making any additional revenue off this game. They're spending a lot of money on the ARG, on these Atlas passes. They are throwing money down the drain. Overtime, all the hours they're working. They had to get a new office. I mean, yeah, they made a lot on release, but there's one thing that no one can say about Hello Games is that they're not working hard to address a lot of the player concerns.
Yeah,
they're killing it.
I'm just gonna throw something, but maybe they're just trying to get this 1.5 to bring back a whole bunch of players to gain a bunch of lost revenue. They're just hoping for that one killer update.
I'm on board with you. Either that, because it'll attract more people to buy the game. Like, if you notice, but any time before No Man's Sky does an update, the game always goes on sale. It goes on sale on Steam. It was like 60% off, still might be, on the PlayStation 4 store. Like, it always goes on sale, and it's because these updates are really good at bringing new players in. And so you're right. This next update might be their killer update that brings a lot of people back to No Man's Sky, either for the first time or like returning players.
Yeah, I think they're taking a huge risk here, just putting all this money towards it, because they want to get that revenue. I think this is just a big risk for them.
Oh yeah. Burning Fire says they need merch. I would buy it. Me too, man. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, I believe that the store for the merch is actually still up.
Oh, for real?
Dave Langer said,
yeah, the shirts.
Dave Langer said No Man's Sky needs to come out for Xbox One. I agree.
I agree too.
Because like my friend Adam, I've known the guy for like 12 years. Like he's an Xbox fanboy. But he told me the other day when we were hanging out, he said I would buy a PlayStation just to play No Man's Sky. And it's like there's a lot of people that feel that way. Like, he plays Elite Dangerous, but like not really. Whenever he comes over to my house, he's always wanting to play No Man's Sky, or like he even enjoys just watching me play it. It's like there's a lot of people that play Xbox where they would like a game like this, and it's not available to them. So Hello Games would do well with releasing it on Xbox.
A little thing here. They made a contract with PlayStation, obviously, so I don't think it will ever be released on Xbox One until maybe Sony agrees to have a cross-platform thing with Microsoft. And
true.
Yeah. And
I agree with you on that. Well, Dave Langer has a great idea for a revenue stream here. Did you see that, Hidden?
No, I didn't. I apologize.
Oh, this is totally fucking badass. But, like, if you could do this, like, literally, like, I would put rubber bands around my testicles.
Yeah.
So he said, here is my idea for a new revenue stream. They should let us have a system where any animal we scan, we can upload it to the No Man's Sky store and get a plush toy made of it.
Yes. Why is that not a thing?
Dude.
AI says T-shirts with a picture of the weirdest creatures you found.
Dude, that's a good suggestion. Also, I
yeah,
like
to
that
where you
better
could
than plush toy.
right to where. Well, I mean, if you're younger and you're playing No Man's Sky, I could see that happening. But like, if you're like my age, I would much rather a T-shirt like that. Like, if I found like a kick-ass creature, or even a picture you take on photo mode, you can upload that and make a T-shirt out of that, or a hoodie, or whatever. I think that's a great idea.
Well, I'm telling you right now, it just depends on who your significant other is. If my wife came home today and I had a bunch of fucking plushies in the house, I'm getting left. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but as much as I'd want that, you know, she might try to pull my man card. So,
Never.
Dave Langer says you can do that with ships and a mini model of it. Now that, see,
Yes.
she can't hate on that. I got like Star
No.
Wars Legos and shit. She can't hate on that. That's a good idea.
If I could have a custom, like, ship model of the ship that I'm flying right now, that'd be really sick.
But yeah, they still have the store up for the No Man's Sky merch. Like they have the T-shirts. They still have the cast iron ship model.
And this is on their
sale.
website?
No, I had to look it up. They have this site. Let me quickly see if I can find it. But last time I checked, they're still selling stuff on it.
Huh. The 3D printed
All right,
models
so-
for the ships.
Can't remember.
We've got, so Tim obviously subscribed to the channel. We have also a new subscriber, Loop16, 11 minutes ago, subscribed to the channel. So appreciate that, Loop16. Thanks for
Thank you,
dropping
bro.
the sub.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I am 8-bit.
So that literally, seeing that my zipper is under immense stress because we're at 499 subs, and if we hit 500, I'm gonna put YKZ out of business. So.
Okay, yeah, they have the vinyl soundtrack for No Man's Sky on it.
A vinyl?
Yeah,
Holy crap! How much?
$25. It's
That's
on
not-
sale right now.
That's not bad at all. Is there a way you could send me this link?
Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe I
Really?
could send it in the stream.
Send it in the stream and
yeah,
also
send it in the
post it
stream.
on the community page.
Good idea.
Ah, yeah.
Because
Man,
vinyl, I mean, I don't have a way
AIVI's
to listen to it, but I would love to own the No Man's Sky vinyl record. Like, how sick is that, dude? That's some...
Oh,
That's
did you mean
sick.
vinyl toy or vinyl record?
Vinyl record.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm saying,
That would
dude.
be dope.
That would be nasty. K5 stepped away, but he's back. What's up, dude? We're talking about the No Man's Sky merch. That is, that gaming line will be posting a link in the chat if anyone's curious on what's in it and to get some stuff from it. Apparently, there's a No Man's Sky vinyl record, which
Yeah, there
I don't know how many people out there listening will even know what a vinyl record is, but that's some
mean,
awesome shit right there.
I
For
have one in my
$25,
living room.
you can't ask for any better.
Gaming Line put the link in the chat box, so go check that out, y'all.
Yeah, I'm definitely going.
I'm going to it right now.
I'm gonna have to put this
See
on
what's
pause
up.
for a second to check that out. Cause I'm very excited.
Oh, it said page not found.
What?
Oh, really? I'm not sure. Well, if you just look up...
Boondock says no stepping away. You must stay.
I just send a link to... That was just for the vinyl. But I send a link to the whole
Like
store for
site?
No Man's. Yeah.
Alright, so if anybody that's watching right now, if you guys have a Twitch account, you gotta watch Boondock's Twitch and his whole crew, Colt, all those guys. Iceman, they've got a great thing going over on Twitch, but Boondock has the manliest stream ever. Like when I watch his streams, I do like man shit. The last time I watched his stream, like I literally like bang skeet skeet with the wife, like started making mixed drinks, went back to the stream, was getting drunk and cooking steaks. Like that's man shit.
Yeah,
and it's
dude.
only because I was watching Boondock. I was like, dude, this guy's from fucking Massachusetts. He's got the accent. He's fucking gangster. I was like, dude, I gotta cook steaks right now. I need this protein.
See,
I
you
gotta,
were
like-
cooking
I gotta,
steaks,
like-
dude. I threw on
Bro.
a fucking flannel shirt and grabbed an axe, and I went outside and chopped down at least 100 trees, dude.
Bro,
Man, shit.
when you watch Boondock stream, like you're doing push-ups naked with like
With nothing but a
5
boner.
babies balancing on your back. Nothing but a cock push-up, dude.
Yeah, dude, cock push-ups. Straight
Which
up.
is a Tenacious D reference if
Yeah, hell
anybody's
yeah.
unfamiliar.
Come on, helmet head.
Colt says, so check out K5 RTO, that's Colt. You got Iceman, Third ID, Danco, of course, Boondock the God. And then check it out on EdgeCast. So if you guys have Twitch, it's a great show. We have a Twitch channel as well at the Hidden Panda Show. We just don't have any videos posted. So we're always gonna be on YouTube. but we're
Okay,
gonna hang out with those guys on Twitch too.
Okay, well it's a UK version, but there's probably a US version for it. But you could just check out the stuff there.
Oh, you're reposting another link?
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause that one
it shows you like the vinyl, the shirts, the cast iron model.
Dude, I want that cast iron model shirt so goddamn bad.
Yeah.
I think they
God.
had it in like the pre-order bonus, or like the $120 pre-order bonus.
Oh, so Boondock visited my home planet and left a comm ball, which I haven't seen yet. So the next stream that I do, I'm gonna like go read that comm ball because it's either really nice or like really like gutter. With Boondock,
Oh,
it's
they
like
also have...
only those two options.
So Gaming Lime, it
They
looks like
have-
he reposted the link if anyone wants to go check that out now.
So they have the launch day poster, the Atlas pin, No Man's Sky deluxe art card set, Search and Destroy poster, Eclipse Gikle print. I'm not sure how to say that one. They have the No Man's Sky Explorers edition game not included with that, but most likely
There's
people
the-
of the game.
There's the vinyl, dude, with the sick cover art.
Yeah.
So the No Man's Sky Explorers edition used to be $150. Right now it's $90.
Oh, that's expensive. Is
Yeah.
that like the Explorer edition of the game?
Game not included, it says. But it comes with the hand painted cast metal Atlas display base. Yeah, it comes with a ship and there's like decals for the customization of the ship. It comes with a background display. Traveler thing.
So K5 says the manliest show ever, no homo. Boondock says maybe a
Maybe
little
a little homo.
K5 says slightly homo. And Dave Langer says when clicking on the link, if you get an error, just delete the whatever that fucking geck language is right there at the bottom. And because I don't know enough about, I guess that's just part of the link that a region code. I guess you delete it and it loads up the page. I had no issue with it, but
Yeah, I did. It gave me the error code thing.
oh, okay. So like I use Edge browser, Microsoft Edge browser on my Android phone, and like it gave me the option. It was like, do you want to go to the US version of this page? And I said yes, and then it like brought it up just fine. So.
Yeah, they have a 48 page traveler log thing with a Fisher space pen.
See, I would fuck with that, like a traveler's log, like take notes and stuff about stuff you can find, you know? That'd be pretty cool.
Apparently the pen is pressurized and it works in space. Not sure
That's
how many
pretty
people are
awesome.
gonna be going to space, but still cool to have.
You know, if you got like $300,000 that you want to throw at Richard Branson, you could go to space today.
Yeah.
Today.
And today.
And today. MCK Gamer here. Dude, his some of his like videos are funny as hell, like when he does like the self-deprecating humor
Oh yeah.
and with his like thick accent. I fucking love it. I used to not be a fan of his at the beginning because I didn't understand like his videos. It just seemed like he was so negative towards like No Man's Sky. And then like the more I would watch it, the more I would like it. Like now I'm like all over MZK's channel.
Yeah, it's
Every
funny
time
you
he
say that
posts
because
a
I
video, it's
remember
like, I
you
gotta
saying
watch
that, and I was always like, no. I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I didn't think he hated on it that much. But no,
I think I was just like
MCK 's a good
reading into
dude.
it. He was like, it was still in the infancy of like I couldn't accept that like there was flaws with the game, and he was just like talking about like some of the criticisms about the game,
Oh,
which a
yeah.
lot of it was like true. But I'm like, fuck you, dude. You know. But like the more I watched his videos, I was like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. He's actually a fan of the game, you know.
Oh yeah. No,
Dave
I agree.
Langer says MZK can be a little too clickbaiting. Hey, we got to get views, guys. We got to get views. As long as you like title a video, come check out update 1.5. then you're probably good. If you title it that, I will fucking find your IP address and piss on your door.
Right.
No, I'm totally joking.
No,
so
he's totally not.
You've got to find one more glyph, right? You've got all glyphs.
That's it, just one.
Have you come across a traveler?
Nope.
This whole time yet?
Nope.
Bro, you got to copy one of those exotic ships. Just FYI.
Okay, so you both just need one more subscriber, and then you're at 500.
Right.
Yep, we're at 499.
So who wants to be number 500? Step on up there, step on up. Number 500. JS Pod J just joined.
If I want to play a quick game, I play permadeath, no HUD, and contrast camera filter.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's asking for death. Hey, whoever decides to be the 500 subscriber, just warn me in advance so I can put on my overalls with the trapdoor in the back. I'm like sharp.
What the fuck, bro?
just like blow out on a canvas and then, like sell it as art.
Oh my god.
Title it Life's Shit.
Right. Hit 500 subs and this happened. Hit 500 subs, this happened. Selling for 2,000.
I mean, dude, 500 for us is like a big milestone. Like, we started the channel like a couple of months ago.
Yeah, and for everyone watching and listening, Gaming Line was like literally like the first person that...
To sub.
Yeah, and he's been there since day one, and we appreciate that, bro.
Like, whenever Gaming Line can catch a stream, like I have to put like electrical tape over my nipples because I'll start picking up channels and shit like that. I'm like, God damn, Gaming Line's here. Sub number 1.
Maybe I should just change my YouTube name to that. Sub number 1.
Sub number 1.
Sub number 1. Oh yeah. That'd be awesome. Like our videos, we would get like 15 views, and like me and Hidden would call each other and be like, dude, 15 people just watched that video. How dope is that?
I think the most views I've got on my was my first video, and that's got 60 views.
Dude, your GTA video I thought was really well edited.
It was edited in the GTA. Yeah. In the GTA.
Oh, that was done in... No way, dude. Wow.
Yeah. It was,
see, I've always wondered how that works.
Yeah, my friend and I, like, randomly, I was over at his house and we randomly started making movies. And, like, we found one character model that looked like our teacher in one of our classes. So we just made a bunch of stories. I went back to my house and just made that.
Huh.
I want to make an edit of, like me and Hidden, like an Elite Dangerous, like with the free camera, because like especially like if you can like multi-crew, because we'll be like sitting next to each other and we could just like create the banter and have these like crazy conversations, like because you do these like passenger missions like in Elite Dangerous, so we could have like passengers in the back and then people just like chatting, and this is totally our idea. So if I see this on YouTube,
I swear to
coming
God.
for you.
Right.
I swear to God, you sons of bitches. No, but like just funny conversations, like sort of like in a taxi, you know what I mean? Like we're just up front, like we're just, you know, delivering passengers and shit, and just having like crazy conversations. And that game is such a pretty game that like I think it would just make for really cool video clips.
Right.
K5 says congrats, fellas. Appreciate it.
Maybe just do something wrong with the mission. Crash into a planet.
Hey, Hidden, I think you and Boondock have exactly the same ship.
This red one?
Yeah. Like, go to the photo mode real quick.
Yeah.
I think you guys have exactly the same ship.
Boone, if you're still watching, see if you can confirm this, please. There she be.
There she be.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a cool clip.
Something I 100% hope they add in 1.5 or 1.4 is the sun. Like, make it an actual thing, because like Elite Dangerous, they have an actual sun, and it's always really cool to just fly it like past or around it.
Yeah.
Well, MZK apparently did a video where it was after he interviewed Rayrod. So like he had asked Rayrod questions about like his mods, and Rayrod said that it looked like in early builds of the game, like if you're looking like at the code and stuff, that they actually had suns that were in the center of the systems and planetary orbits and rotations, but like playtesters were saying it was too hard to like navigate like that. So it would so like if what he's saying is true, then it's like playtesters sort of fucked the game like from the beginning, because it sounded like that was a feature that was existing already, and then they removed it because they felt that it was too hard for players. Because if you think about it, if you're testing with PS4 players for a game that has never, like, this was before Elite Dangerous came to PS4, right? So there was like literally nothing ever had been like that before on console. So Elite Dangerous was on PC. If you played on PC, you knew how to play games like that. But like nothing like that had been on PlayStation. So if you got playtesters on PS4 and they're like, dude, I don't fucking get this. Well, it's because, you know, like there's never been a game like that on console. But it sounds like they took those features away because of what the playtesters had to say, and I would like to see that come back. Like I want the sun in the middle of the system. I want the planets rotating. Like I want all that.
At this point, the people who play No Man's Sky know the game inside and out, like how to play it. So if they add it, it would pretty much be no different. We'd just take a tiny bit of adjustment, because we've gone through quite a few adjustments thus far.
Oh yeah.
And I think they've seen the abilities of their players.
Oh yeah, like the way that they've changed quality of life stuff, inventory management, freighter capabilities, like all the different stuff that they add. Like people pick up on it in like less than 24 hours, and they're making like tutorial videos on YouTube. You know, like we're a super flexible community. Dave Langer says Sean Murray said that too. Yeah, so Sean Murray talked about that, and like if you look at some of the the pre-release footage of the game, like the way that the cloud rendering and stuff was happening, like just the detail of the planets and everything was much higher fidelity than like what we've seen in the last year. So I think they had to make a lot of adjustments for but plates sort of, you know, negative state. I think we could get planet rotation and orbit back, since they do on the star map now. Yeah, it shows the orbits on the star map. Yeah, you're right, and that might be a hint.
That has to be a hint.
Yeah.
Because on the star map, it shows the sun in the middle, and then it shows the planet orbits.
Honestly, I wouldn't find it if they had that, and it was a bit weird to navigate. I wouldn't find if they just said deal with it, just learn how to navigate.
Well, one of the biggest things that would prevent that from being a good usable feature is that you can't steer while you're in pulse drive. So like in Elite Dangerous, like when you go into Super Cruise, you can still steer. So you can like line up with the planet in orbit or the space station or like whatever. So they need that in No Man's Sky. So you should be able to steer.
The only thing is, it depends on how fast they make the planet's orbit. Like if it's going slowly, then I think you'd still hit the planet.
That's very
true,
want to hit it. Because in Elite Dangerous, I've had to go against the actual orbit track to smack into the planet, because it was like this moon was going so fast that like I couldn't get behind it and catch up. I literally had to turn around and go the opposite direction of it orbiting and smack into it.
Yeah, so if they just made it slower, then it wouldn't cause too much issue.
Correct.
Unless they put like really like physics, where the closer it is to the sun, the faster it go.
Yeah, but it's still bullshit to not be able to steer and pulse. So every time that you pulse, if you're not perfectly lined up, you've got to drop out of pulse, reposition, and then pulse again.
Yep.
It doesn't seem like it's a mechanic that would be very difficult And if you think about it, when you're in the cockpit, you can already rock, right? Left to right, you can sort of roll in the cockpit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they kind of got part of it. Now all they need to be able to do is just have you move.
I think maybe a good idea to get like modules like Radar to look into the steering during the pulse drive to see if there's a specific reason behind that, or maybe just add it in one of their mod packs.
That's true. Somebody said earlier in the chat, I didn't get a chance to read it, but I think it might have been Colt or somebody, but they said in the chat that Hello Games should just hire Rayrod and be done with it.
Oh, for
and
sure.
like, I agree. That dude is a gangster, dude. I don't
If
know
he had
how
the right
he's doing a lot of the
tools,
stuff he is.
I think if he had the
The only-
tools that they had, that he'd be able to knock some shit out of the park.
Yeah,
I think so.
the only thing I see with Rayrod is he's not part of the company, so he like doesn't know what's 100% going on. But if he was to go into a company, I don't know if he would be able to add all these things as quickly or do them. Because if he was to join, then they'd tell him all the things that have stopped him from doing it. And maybe he could problem solve for that. Definitely he has the capability to do that, but it all depends on the situation of the company and what they want to do.
So Dave Langer said that, well, Rayrod did say that most of his mods are just using assets already in the game that are not yet active. That's very true. And I had commented on one of his posts, and he had replied back that, like, third-person mode, for example, was an asset that was pre-baked into No Man's Sky, and that he was just able to make some minor adjustments to get that to work well, like, in the game. So that for PC, you can have, like, third-person mode when flying your ship. And something that I saw yesterday, actually, pissed me off in No Man's Sky. And don't take me wrong, because I love the game. I played this game, and I had the PlayStation report to show it far more than any other game I own. But I was flying my exotic ship, and you know how like you have shadows, obviously, in No Man's Sky? I was pulling into an abandoned building that was in a crater. And the way that the sun hit me, it showed the reflection on the ground, right? Well, the shadow that it showed was just my cockpit model. And I wish that I would have had the foresight to save the clip, but it literally was just my cockpit model. So it didn't show the shadow of the rest of my ship. So when you walk up to your ship and you jump in the cockpit, it's like the game deletes the rest of the ship that you don't need to see, and it's just you just have like a cockpit texture, and you're and that's just flying around.
Yeah, if you go into photo mode, if you go inside of the cockpit, there's nothing there. In there, and sometimes at different angles, you can see the little like planet viewer in some of the ships. So most of the things you see when you're in a ship is just like a UI layer that they've added.
Yeah. So like the PlayStation 4 version, like your ship isn't, when you get in, your ship isn't actually there. You're just moving a cockpit around. It's just like you only see what you need to see. And I would like to see that change.
That's got to change. And I don't mean to cut you off, and I'm very, very sorry, but I see that changing because if we're going to get a player model and I'm going to be able to see another player and their ship, they're going to have to change that.
No, I 100% agree. J-Spot J says, I agree, Rayrod mods look awesome. I have a PS4. Makes me want to get a PC just for this game. Well, yeah, because and again, not to dog on No Man's Sky because that's my favorite game, but Rayrod is getting, with his mod pack, he's getting the game very close to what it looked like at the E3 trailers. And some of the planets and the biomes and the creatures, like L Plays has a really good series right now, where he does these like Let's Plays on No Man's Sky Rayrod mod.
Right.
And dude, I mean, Rayrod even got the fucking dinosaur that was in the E3 trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got that dinosaur in the game, and it's got good animations. It moves well. Has like the scales. It's large. You know, he's got like, you know, he's got dense forest in No Man's Sky. So like he's able to do things that like we don't have access to. And it kind of pisses me off.
You know what I want to see is, you know, in the E3 trailer where they were walking around and then they suddenly saw the trees shaking, and then the creature came busting out of the forest and
Right, they're
roaring all that. I want
rhino.
to see more events like that, or yeah, an event like that in the game.
That would be sick. That would be sick. Yeah. Well, and Tim talked about that on one of Cobra's subcasts too, about like sandworms like moving through the ground and stuff. I mean, people make a big deal out of space whales and fucking sandworms. I don't care about that shit. Like, I'll just read Dune or something, you know. But like, I do want animals to do more in No Man's Sky. Like you said, like they should interact with the environment. Like if an animal is a herbivore, I want to see it like chewing on a bush. Like, can I see that? For the love of God, can a bird fucking land?
Yes.
I want to see a bird land.
Yes.
Land on the ground, pick up a small creature or something, and like fly back off.
I want to be able to have multiple weapons. I don't want to just have just one weapon that like has different functions, which I get a multi-tool, but like let's get like actual weapons in the game to where I can collect, just like you can collect ships, I want to collect freaking guns.
Dude, so here's why I think that's coming, why that's going to be a reality. So in one of the updates, you could only have one ship, and then they allowed you to have a freighter, and you could have that freighter, but you can only land one ship in the freighter because you couldn't own multiple ships.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, you could own multiple ships. Then they added the ability to expand inventory slots and stuff like that. And then you can already switch between multiple weapon sets, because you've got your grenade launcher and your bolt caster, and then like, you know, your terrain thing, you know, there's the different weapon sets. That is going to have to evolve into being able to have more than one weapon. Like, for example, this is my dream setup. Pistols are better at scanning stuff. So I want to have a pistol where all my modifications are related to like scanning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I want to have my rifle for killing sentinels.
Yeah.
I can't remember where I saw this, but it was in this one live stream or comment section that someone said they found the E3. That someone found the E3 planet.
Really?
Yeah, I wanna see that, because I feel like some of those planets for the demos and E3 and stuff like that, I think that they were pre-modeled things that Sean Murray built to
himself.
Display.
I mean,
like what No Man's Sky could potentially be, you know?
That's what a lot of game developers do, though. They pre-make some.
Oh,
something
absolutely.
to
That's
show
why you
off.
can't ever trust a trailer.
Ooh. We got Dave Langer with the caps, IMO, all caps. In my opinion, because you got to say it like that. Game already looks better than E3 gameplay trailers, not counting the first fake trailer that was not even real. There are a lot of aspects of the game now, Dave, that do look better than E3. Like, for example, certain textures, rocks, the landscape, ground.
Yeah.
Like those like fuzzy cactuses. If you look at those like really close, like they're very, I agree with you there. I guess like what I'm looking for is I want the planets to look more E3. Like there's a screenshot that I have from the E3 trailer where the clouds are like a three-dimensional object off of the surface, whereas like right now when you look at it, it's like a matte texture. So it all almost looks like it's like a low-res sort of thing. Well, on this screenshot, the clouds were above ground and cast a shadow on the planet's surface. So things like that. Like I want to see from space, I want the planet to be like a little bit more detailed, and I want more dark space. I don't like the tints that they have on space, because the game is beautiful and like planets are beautiful, and that would stand out more against a black background. So like that's what I want to see moving forward, is like more dark space.
Completely.
K5 says, I've extensively played Rayrod's mod, streamed some of it on Twitch and YouTube. The dude is talented. It's no more glitchy than No Man's Sky was before 1.2. Yeah, that was another thing that people have been saying, K5, is that like his mod runs fairly well. Like if you got good, it runs well. Like, it looks good, especially the dense forest and like stuff like that. Like I'm not a big lush planet guy. I like more desert and dead planets because it feels really alien to me. But if I do come across a lush planet, right now in 1.3, there's fucking nothing lush about it. So, and all of the big forests are always on ice planets, which I don't understand.
I don't either. It's weird.
Yeah, it's totally weird. Dave Langer said, 1.1 No Man's Sky crashed all the time. It did. You would get crash reports, especially on PlayStation. It crashed just as much as PC, which you would think would be the opposite issue, because for PlayStation the optimization would probably be a lot easier, but it did. It crashed a lot. And actually, I've noticed since switching to a PS4 Pro, like my PlayStation 4 regular, like it used to, the noise that would come out of that thing when playing No Man's Sky, because you're generating all of the stuff from the power of the console that's built in. And so the fan and the hissing, and like it would almost smell like metal inside my, like coming from my PlayStation. I mean, that thing would work, dude, when you're playing it. With the PS4 Pro, I don't know if just like the heat sink or whatever you call it is better, but like it doesn't get as hot. It runs a lot smoother, and like what I've noticed is like your draw distance and like your pop in, your draw distance is better, and the pop in is like minimal,
right, compared
to like what it used to be on PlayStation 4 regular. So anybody out there, if you've got the money and you've been considering getting a PS4 Pro, I think it's worth it, man. Seriously.
Oh, it totally is. Especially if you have a 4K TV, because both Panda and I both have 4K TVs, and it's something else playing it.
What would it look like, what would No Man's Sky look like on Xbox One X?
Well, so Xbox One X would have the capability to run the game in a native 4K setup at 60 frames to, a second. Because on PS4 Pro you have two options. You can run No Man's Sky at 1440p, which your TV then upscales to 4K, which is not the same, but it's close enough. So you'll play the game at 1440p with 30 frames a second locked, and that's generally how I play it, because things are just much more beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to like combat and like movement, the other setup that you can do on PS4 Pro, let's say that, and this is why you don't have to have a 4K TV to enjoy PS4 Pro. If you have a 1080p TV, you can play No Man's Sky at a locked 60 FPS in 1080p. So you can lock the fucking game at 60 FPS on 1080p. And if you hook the PlayStation up to like a monitor, and your monitor, let's say your monitor is not 4K, but it's 120 hertz, it supports HDR. Well, now you're getting HDR at 60 frames a second in 1080p, which would look about as good as 4K. You know what I mean? So the PlayStation 4 Pro is definitely worth the buy, because the extra power comes in really handy. Like Elite Dangerous, No Man's Sky, like anything you throw at it looks great on PS4 Pro, like almost PC quality.
Hey guys, I am going to have to end this stream here, but I have enjoyed this stream a lot. This was a good stream.
Yeah, and Tim, if you come back and watch the rest of the stream, thanks again for coming on. We'd love to have you anytime. Boondock, thanks for jumping in the chat. Dave Langer, thanks for jumping in the chat.
Gaming Line,
thanks for coming on the chat, dude.
Yep.
Big ups to Gaming Line. Colt, everybody out there in the No Man's Sky community, thanks for joining.
K5, J-Spot, Dave Langer, all you.
Dude, 3D Destroyer, all you guys, really appreciate coming in the chat. And sorry that we didn't get our 500th sub on the stream, because I was really hoping we'd see some blower zip outs. We've got HiddenJewAgenda on the camera, so you guys would have just seen the camera get knocked off the top of his TV. But we didn't get to see that. But
oh, well,
maybe if you do get 500 subscribers by the end of tonight, you could do like a quick celebratory stream.
Dude, we will.
If we hit 500, yes, we will do a celebration stream. Had a mind fart there, but yeah,
it's a big milestone for a channel this young. So we really appreciate all the support out there, guys. That really thank you for watching the Hidden Panda show.
Yes. Well, I will see you guys soon. Hopefully, we will be doing a celebration stream here at some point today.
Woo woo.
All right.
Peace out, motherfuckers.
Peace out, everybody. Later.